Hello everyone, welcome back to Sniff with Steph. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate all of your support. Today we're going to be talking about the Donna fragrances from the brand Valentino. And I feel like this is a really interesting range of fragrances because there's a lot of different variation within the range and they're also a very popular line. So I thought I would go through, how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 flankers of the Donna and Donna Born in Roma range, and I'm gonna rate them 1 through 10 and let you guys know which ones are worth your money. As always, if you like my content, I would really appreciate a like, a subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. Let's get to it. The first fragrance I want to talk about is Donna Aqua. Now, this unfortunately is discontinued, but I still think that you can get your hands on it if you look at sites like Mercari, Fragrance Net, Fragrance X, that kind of stuff. Now, Donna Aqua is a very sweet, fruity take on the Donna line. So in the top, we have almond and pear. In the mid, we have frangipani and jasmine. And in the base, we have sandalwood and hawthorn. But what I really get from this fragrance is that pear, this bright, juicy pear with some almond kind of marzipan-y touches. It's a very bright, sweet, girly fragrance. It's very likable. And there's a little bit of floral tones in the background, but really it's about the almond and the pear. I think if you like sweet, fruity fragrances, if you like almond, you would definitely adore Donna Aqua. And I gave this fragrance a 7 out of 10. I didn't give it higher, although I do enjoy it because it is a little basic to me. There's not that much going on. It's not very complex or unique, but it is a very likable, lovely fragrance that I enjoy to smell. So that is Donna Aqua. Next up, we have Donna Born in Roma Yellow Dream. Now, this I believe was a pretty recent flanker that was released, and this one has completely different notes than Donna Aqua. So in the top, we have lemon, in the mid, we have rose, and in the bottom, we have white musk. I really did not enjoy this flanker. It's basically just a really bright, sweet lemon fragrance with some floral tones in the background. I gave it a 5 out of 10. I feel like it's very simple and it's very uninteresting. I think if you want something lemony and fresh and sweet, there are way better options out there. And it didn't really capture my interest. It kind of fell flat for me, especially in comparison to the other Donnas. I didn't really see the connection. I was having a hard time conceptualizing Yellow Dream as a part of the line. So let me know what you guys thought of Yellow Dream in the comments. I'm curious to see, but for me, it was just really kind of boring and simple and didn't do it for me. So I gave Yellow Dream a 5 out of 10. Next up, we have Donna Born in Roma, and this is a very popular, if not the most popular flanker of all the Donnas. So in Donna Born in Roma, we have blackcurrant, pink pepper, and bergamot at the top, jasmine and jasmine tea in the mid, and bourbon, vanilla, cashmeran, and gaiac wood in the base. And I absolutely adore this fragrance. It's one of my favorite designer fragrances at the moment. This is a really juicy, tart blackcurrant fragrance. You get a little bit of the jasmine in the mid, but mostly it's about that blackcurrant and that vanilla. People say there's a woody dry down, but to be honest, I don't really get woody vibes from Donna Born in Roma. I get a very sweet, tart, delicious vanilla and blackcurrant fragrance. If you don't like blackcurrant, you will not like this because I find it to be extremely predominant, but I think this is such a gorgeous, sexy, sweet, fiery fragrance. I think it's super versatile. It has good longevity and performance, and there's a reason why this is such a popular flanker. I gave Donna Born in Roma a 9 out of 10. I think if you love sweet, fruity vanilla fragrances, definitely get your hands on this. It is a must try. Next up, we have the original Donna, which I was very curious to smell because I'd never really gotten my nose on it before. So for the original Donna, at the top, there's bergamot. In the mid, there's rose and iris. And in the base, there's vanilla, leather, and patchouli. I get a heavy dose of iris with this fragrance. It's powdery and it's soft, and I think it's the most mature out of all the flankers. It's not nearly as sweet as Donna Aqua Yellow Dream or Donna Born in Roma. It's much more just powdery, soft, It's very iris dominant. I think you get a little bit of that vanilla, but it's not too sweet, and a little bit of that leather and patchouli in the base. I get more patchouli than I do leather, but I think this is for someone a little more grown who likes fragrances that are a little more understated, sophisticated. And I think this is a very different take on the flankers. I don't really understand how the other ones are flankers of Donna because it gives me such different vibes. I mean, the others are juicy and bright and super sweet, and the original Donna is not like that at all. So if you like your more mature, powdery fragrances with some patchouli and vanilla, check out the OG Donna. Last, we have Donna Rosa Verde, which is in the bluish green bottle. And for Rosa Verde, we have bergamot, petitgrain, and ginger in the top, rose, magnolia, osmanthus in the mid, mate, ambrette, and akigala wood in the base. And this is a very fresh green take on the flankers. I was not a fan of this at all. In fact, I gave it a 3 out of 10. To me, this was just a very basic floral freshie. Like when you go into a perfume store like Macy's and you look for a floral fresh fragrance, I feel like it's just such a stereotypical scent, and I feel like there are way better floral freshies out there if that's what you're into. It really felt flat for me. It was not my thing at all. It's very rose heavy, it's very fresh and aquatic, and it's just not my vibe. I don't think it's woodsy enough. I don't think it's sexy enough or special enough. And yeah, it's just didn't impress me at all. It was my least favorite out of all the bunch, and I do not recommend this fragrance at all. So as a little recap for you guys, my favorite by far is Donna Born in Roma. I think it's super sexy, playful, and girly, followed by Donna Aqua. I think it's a little more basic, but it's still a really yummy almond and pear fragrance. Then we have the OG Donna, which is a more mature, powdery take on the flankers. It's actually quite nice, but it didn't wow me. And then Yellow Dream and Rosa Verde really fell flat for me. I was not a fan of either of those. I guess they're just too citrusy and fresh and not in the way I prefer. So that is my take on 5 of the Donna by Valentino flankers. I hope you guys gained some knowledge for this video, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.